I was someone who struggled a lot with my sense of self-worth or value as a person. I also had very low self-esteem, and because of that, it would cause me to compare myself to other people in a negative way. So it didn't inspire me. It just led me to feel bad about myself and try to change who I was to measure up to their standards, instead of maybe realizing that, I'm on my own path and who God created me to be is pretty amazing. But it also led me to unknowingly compete with other people to try to show myself as worthy, instead of realizing that it doesn't have to be this unhealthy comparison. It can be the kind of comparison that leads me to learn from them instead of competing. Comparison is natural. We all do it as humans, but I do think there are some things we could do to get to a point where it isn't as much or it doesn't last as long. And so today I want to talk about some of the things I've done and do to compare less. I'm going to do 2 today and a few more next week, so make sure you come back, and now let's get into it. So the first thing I would say helped me begin to compare less is prayer. I feel like I've talked about prayer on this channel so many times for so many different things, but I just think that's how powerful it is for our everyday struggles, everyday life, and for our relationship with God in general. I go to God with prayer and everything, and it continues to change my life for the better. Amen. So prayer. And when it comes to prayer, one thing I learned about God and something I've experienced is that His mercies are new every morning. This is Lamentations 3:22. So every day we have a new opportunity to experience His love. Every day we have a new opportunity to go to Him and start again. Every day we can receive forgiveness. Every day we can receive healing in big or small ways. Every day, if we're open to it. And I say this because this was really important for me to know and receive when it came to the things I was struggling with around my worth and self-esteem. Accepting this truth helped me open myself up in prayer in ways that I may not have if I thought I would be condemned for everything instead. So if I didn't know that my Father's mercies were new every morning, or that He wants to help and heal me, or that there's nothing I'm feeling that He can't change, there's nothing that I can feel that would turn Him away, then I wouldn't feel as comfortable approaching His throne of grace and asking for help. And I would never be honest in that help. And so I guess what I'm saying is that when it comes to prayer, that honesty is key, especially for our struggles and the process of transformation. Through my honesty, God can make an honest me. Sorry, that was corny. I'll see myself out. No, but He can help me see the truth. So prayer 100% is the first thing that I would say helped me start to compare less. And the second thing that I'll talk about today is embarking on the journey of filling myself up with God. Specifically His love, His word, His purpose, and plans for my life. I had to learn that God's love is the only love that's going to fill us up in the way that we're truly looking for. Of course, there will be people in our lives who we will love and who will love us, but it will never be as great and as fulfilling as God's love. And also, I had to learn and understand that Jesus is the only one that will lead us to the truth in our identity. And this understanding helped me when it came to trying to compare less, because when we begin to fill ourselves with God's unconditional love, His word, which is the truth, and His purposes and plans for us, not only do I think the desire to compare in a negative way begin to lessen, but I think the actual act of comparison lessens as well. Because there's a renewing of your mind that's happening. Biblical affirmations are really good for this point. I'm an affirmations woman. The Bible tells us words are very powerful. I stand on that. But just anchoring up in the truth of who God says you are, intentionally, day by day, taking thoughts captive and letting God's love, word, and purpose take precedent. And so these were just 2 quick things that I personally started doing and still do to compare less. Again, I'll never be perfect. We'll never be perfect. We'll always have our moments. But for me, doing these things along with some of the other things I'm going to talk about next week has really begun to lead me towards a healthier state of mind as I've really started to embrace my identity and anchor up in that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Come back next week for part 2. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.